How you doing today? This is Gregory Jones, and today we're going to replace the light bulb in a model 60020 series 135 SL RayLine adjustable spotlight system. Since we're fortunate enough to have the manual here, which includes installation and troubleshooting and wiring guides, we're going to use that. As you can see, bulb replacement is done by removing the 4 screws in the retaining benzel. Pull the bulb assembly forward and disconnect the spade connectors from the back of the bulb. Reconnect the spade terminals to the new bulb, install the bulb, and fasten the bezel with the 4 screws. As you can see, what I've done is I've rotated the light around so that I can work on it from up top, and centered the bulb up in there so that I can get to the 4 bezel screws. Okay, we're up here on top and we're looking at the light assembly. As you can see, the 4 screws are there. Now, you can easily move this by hand to get it to a position that you can work on. That's no big deal at all. Just be gentle with it. Okay, as you can see, we've removed the 4 screws of the bezel, and this is the light coming out of here. Now, this is where we'd be removing this. Now, I've also brought up with me a simple test light to check for voltage up here. Which the light is turned green. I don't know if you can see that, but we're good to go, so it means that the bulb is in fact burnt out. Okay, we've returned from CarQuest where we went and bought the replacement bulb. What we did was we got a halogen, it's an H9406 bulb. Now there is a slight difference between what we had before. This is the bulb that we had before, and it is a non-fluted clear lens bulb. The bulb that we're going to be putting in is a fluted lens bulb. However, I have reason to believe that these are the same beam pattern. The specifications for the bulb that I picked up, which is the H9406, which as far as we can determine was the lettering that was on the old bulb. The beam spread pattern for the new bulb is 30 degrees up and down and 70 degrees horizontal, and it's a 50-watt bulb, which makes it about as bright as a standard US high beam headlight, which is 50 watts. And so we feel that this bulb will more than adequately suit our purpose for the roof-mounted spotlight. So now we're going to jump up on the roof and replace it. Okay, as you can see, we're up here on the roof. Got the new bulb here. Now keep in mind that we put the lettering down because the bulb's supposed to be installed in that direction in case it has some type of different upper and lower beam spread. That'll make sure you're not have the bulb in upside down looking at the sky or something when you're intent on looking at the ground. Now we're just going to reassemble it the way that we did. We're going to put these 4 screws back in using the bezel plate here, and you'll see the finished product in just a second. I'm going to show you something else on here real quick. These screws right here, they are a self-tapping plastic screw. Now, you want to make sure that you rotate the screw backwards when you put it in until it drops into place, and then tighten it up. That way you're going back into the exact same threads that you were before, and the thread hole will last much longer anywhere you're putting any type of self-tapping screw in. And you just snug them down. Remember that we're not tightening a lug nut here, we're just snugging the unit down. Very light pressure is needed. Assembly is all put back together, and now to test it out, we're not going to stay up here on the roof because I don't want to run back and forth turning switches on and off. As I said before, the unit's very easy to rotate. We're going to rotate it around. It's facing directly forward right now. And we're going to go inside, turn the unit on, check the light bulb, and we know that its up and down operation already works. And there you see a working light. Now, one thing I didn't add in this process was that the interior switch needs to be operated occasionally. I find that the first time I go to use this light, if I haven't used it in 4 or 5 months, it never slews or elevates. And the problem is in the contacts of the switch. You need to jiggle that switch back and forth a bunch of times, and I have found that in the past that typically cures the problem. This time we had a bulb burnout. We try to check the light every month now and make sure that it's working. Okay, we're back filming up inside of here now. Just wanted to give you a close-up view of the switch assembly here. Actually, I'm going to put some more light on it for you. Hold on a second. Alright, I brought out the studio lighting, which is an LED flashlight made by Sears. I'll show you a picture of that. Perfect studio light here. This shows the inside really good. As you can see, the power wire comes into the switch, goes out of the switch to the controller, and a second wire goes out to the actual light itself, which is the orange light going out. The orange wire going out of there powers the light. The junction's all up there, and as you can see the fuse holder. Now, while we're up here inside the cabinetry, I'm going to show you one other thing that some of you may not be aware of over on the right-hand side. Take a look at this bundle of wires here. This bundle of wires can do just about anything for you. As you can see, there's multiple wires, and they're already threaded up through here. Now, when we brought the coach, these wires were completely tucked inside, down in there, and I had no idea they were here for years. And so I'm going to bet that if you look around, you're going to find a useful set of wires that you can use to run accessories as needed.